Drizzy Drake, check me out, coming live from the motherfucking north side. Kick game, running real good, but never ever had my bitches sitting courtside.
I'm just trying to be the man in my city like Fred. Can't be a failure, I'd rather be in prison or dead.
After his amazing performance against the Cavaliers, it left people with a lot of questions. Questions like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? And is he legit? Some people even calling this performance a fluke. Although this is on a bigger scale like the NBA, but unfortunately this is actually not the first time this has happened. If you have been watching him closely over the years, you would know that he has literally been the underdog his whole career. From high school to college to NBA, he can't seem to shake that title. But why is that though? I mean, he definitely has the skills to be a great point guard one day. It just seems that basketball fans never give him a chance. It all started in Rockford, Illinois. With his city filled with guns, drugs, and violence, there's not too many opportunities to make a positive name for yourself, but Fred went against all the odds. Although it seems impossible where he's from, he managed to stay out of trouble. And on top of that, he ended up getting a full scholarship to Wichita State. Almost everyone he knows has never went to college, so that alone should be applauded due to the fact he made something out of nothing. Although he had these big accomplishments, he was still being slept on. In the class of 2012, he was ranked 83 by ESPN, and he's literally the only one without a picture.
Blasphemous!
But he didn't let that discourage him at all, because that season he led his team downstate. They finished with a record of 32-3, averaging 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. He was basically unguardable. He was also a lockdown defender, averaging 4 steals. He was a complete player. I mean, what more could you ask from him? I know you're thinking, maybe he had some very good teammates to help him succeed better. That could be an argument. But knowing that nobody on his team was over 6'3" makes it very unlikely. But that's just one of his best traits. He just loved making everybody around him the best player they can be. Moving on to college, there was a lot of people saying that he was going to ride the bench at Wichita State. This just motivated him even more. He just wanted to prove the haters wrong. He wanted to shock the world. And he did just that. During his sophomore year, he led his team to a nearly undefeated season. They made it all the way to the Final Four, but they was defeated by arguably the best Kentucky team ever assembled. Even though this was a bad loss for him, you could say that he was at the top of his game and he was ready for the next season. But unfortunately for his next 2 years, he had some injuries that sidelined him for a good amount of time. When this happened, it just seemed that everybody forgot about him. And by the time he was getting ready for the draft, he was back to being the underdog again, back to square one. Most people would have probably given up at the time, but with his competitive nature, he just looked at it as another challenge. With a couple outstanding performances in the Summer League, he instantly brought value back to his name. So finally, he made the Raptors roster, but he wasn't getting as much minutes throughout the season. The coaching staff just didn't know what he was capable of. But one game in the playoffs, they decided to give him a chance. I mean, yeah, it was garbage time, but he really showed his willing to compete and just his fire to win. Unlike most NBA players, he decided to show his toughness by playing man-to-man full-court defense. This showed his teammates that he's willing to do whatever it takes for his team to win. And he also knocked down open shots whenever he had the ball, shooting 100% from the floor. You can see how his confidence has grown ever since this game. He went from barely getting any playing time to being a very good six man, and he's only going to get better. We just got to wait and see.